Good evening, guys. Thomas, I'm back with the second video of this new YouTube channel, previewing tomorrow's racing at Fairyhouse. Some cracking days racing with three grade ones on offer. Hopefully, they get racing ahead tomorrow. There's a 7:30 inspection. We're in West Yorkshire. The weather's well, it's snowing at the minute here. Obviously, fair way to Fairyhouse, but they're expecting pretty cold temperatures overnight. So hopefully they get ahead. I'm not too hopeful, so I haven't spent a great deal of time looking at tomorrow's racing, but I've got four selections to have a look at. What we'll do is we will go through the cards. So start here at Fairyhouse in the 12:55, which is a listed handicap chase over the marathon trip of 3 miles and 5 furlongs. For me, when I looked at it, I couldn't believe he weren't favourite. Manila Crooner at 9-2. This looks a cracking bet. Gordon Elliott saddles three in this race. He's got, aside from Manila Crooner, he's got Deal Care and Frontal Assault. The thought that Jack Kennedy takes the ride on Manila Crooner speaks volumes. For me, he's the stable's forefront. This is his handicap debut here, coming off a mark of 144, which could look pretty lenient in time. He placed in great company as a novice hurdler and as a novice chaser. He's always shaped as though he'd appreciate this sort of trip. I know he was pulled up in the National Hunt Chase, but just perhaps he didn't like Cheltenham. That is always a possibility. So be happy to get the figure of that run. He stayed on really strongly over 2 miles 6 furlong in the Grade 2 company last November. One conceding weight to Darren's Hope. Strong finisher over 2 miles 5 furlongs here at Fairyhouse 12 months ago when we seen off Iron Maximus. Subsequently won the Irish National. And he ran with real respect in the Brown Advisory for the Iron Maximus. Going back to Manila Crooner, he finished very strongly behind Velvet Elvis when returning to Fairyhouse in February, over 2 miles 7 furlongs. That was despite the jockey Sam Ewing losing his irons that day. And Velvet Elvis thought that we were all out over this trip, that 2 mile 7 furlong trip that day, whereas Manila Crooner were just getting going at the end. I know where Velvet Elvis is in this race and he's priced up much, much higher. And I think that is in respect of his ability over this trip and a few doubts there, whereas we're hopeful Manila Crooner will relish every furlong of this trip, to be honest with you. He was all out, was Manila Crooner, on his reappearance run at Wexford, which were over 2 miles 7 furlong, which on the face of it wouldn't fill you with much confidence over this extended trip. But it was his reappearance run, and connections were pretty confident they would come on for that run. So you would expect with the bit of fitness in, he should progress from that run, really. He did jump right on occasion as well, but coming to a right-handed track at Fairyhouse, that won't concern me too much. And that win did come in listed company, so he's a listed winner already. He's got graded form at both novice hurdle and novice chase level. He's definitely got the ability to win this race. And to finish off this little selection as well, Gordon Elliott stable are in cracking form at the moment. They're running to a 23% strike rate, whilst jockey Jack Kennedy is operating at 41% strike race as well. Despite it being a big field, it'd be a winner-only proposition for me, this one at 9-2, so that's a point win at 9-2 on Manila Crooner in the 12:55 at Fairyhouse. Moving on now to arguably the race of the day, maybe. Well, I'm not too sure, but anyway, the Grade 1 the Bar 1 Racing Royal Bond Novice Hurdle over 2 miles. Marine National won this race last year before going on to win the Supreme Novice Hurdle at the Cheltenham Festival. Just had a quick look at the market, first of all, those that are making it up. I saw Encanto Bruno were winning at Cheltenham in October. My concern, although he has run over 2 miles, is he achieved his best RPR over 2 miles 3 furlongs when winning at Cheltenham. I don't know if I'd have that much confidence about him coming back down to 2 miles. To be honest, I think he's a dour staying. I think he may even want 3 mile in time. Fun and Glory, Gordon Elliott's lead entry in this race. He's also won over a slightly longer trip, 2 mile, 3 furlongs, in testing conditions at Claremel last time out. And he's also Art of Flame and Glory, who was bred for further, typically, with the likes of Stage Star, Commander of Fleet, Home by the Lee, and the Nice Guy all coming out the same sire. So again, I think he'd be one that'd want further than 2 miles in time. Equally, What's Up Darling, who has drifted ever so slightly actually since I first looked at this race. Gordon Elliott's second string, if you like, in this race. Whilst he's also won over 2 miles, I think he'd appreciate a step up in trip as well in time. That leaves a very unexposed Antabar at the top of the market for Henry de Bromhead and Rachel Blackmore in the Rob Corr colours. He's only had one racecourse start so far, which was when he won here over course and distance. A very, very impressive winner though that day. The second Champagne Admiral since won at Limerick, and the front two finished well clear of the rest of the field. They really looked head and shoulders above the rest. He couldn't really knock anything that Anspar did that day. It looked really, really promising. He put the race to bed really comfortably. It looked as though he had plenty left in the tank as well. And although he is technically on his second start over hurdles, he's a point-to-point graduate, having won his only point-to-point start. So the fact that it's actually his third start over obstacles fills me with a bit more confidence, to be honest with you. Typically, you're looking for an horse here that's had two runs over hurdles. 8 of the last 12 winners have had 2 runs over hurdles before coming here. So with that, you would have some concerns, I guess. But that form of his point-to-point worked out really, really strongly since. He ran out a 20-length winner. The second has won a point since. The third has also won a point since. The fourth has won 2 point-to-points since. The fifth has won a chase since. Sixth has won a point-to-point since. Seventh has won a point-to-point and a chase since. And the ninth has also won a point since. Plenty of winners coming out that race. I think, whereas we might be looking at some potential Ballymore potential horses in here, of Far and Glory and Echo, and Canto Bruno might be more of an Albert Bartlett type. I think Canterbury is the most likely of this lineup in the Supreme, and I think he's most likely to win. He has been nickled at slightly, but I'll still take 2-1 about him, so it's a point win at 2-1. Moving on now to look at the 2 o'clock, the Grade 1 Drinmore Novice Chase. This has come more through process of elimination. Let's be clear about it. I can't have him as a favourite. I cannot have him at all. It was impressive in terms of the winning distance when winning his 2 chase starts so far. But looking at his win at Gordon on his novice chase start, Larky debut, who finished second, uh, hasn't won in any of his 9 starts over fences, and he's only one win in 15 starts under rules. The third placed home that day is a rated 104 over fences. And the fourth, back in the room, well beaten in all 4 starts over fences and rated 116 over hurdles. It's very, very weak form, is that. Looking at his Cork win, last time out, Mighty Tom, who finished second, so let's be clear about it, was well beaten next time out, and he's only 3 wins from 23 starts under rules. I think the form of his 2 chase wins are very, very weak. Sharjah can't have him as a 10-year-old coming novice chasing. Maximus, Irish Irish Grand National winner, as I've already mentioned, this trip will be far, far too short for him. He'll probably run for something further down the line, I would have thought, maybe till a Grand National this year. And Percival Legolos, can't have him here coming off the back of a fall. Found a 50s, the last one here. But he's a very, very well thought of horse in the Gordon Elliott stable. I've already mentioned the cracking form of Elliott's horses. He was really impressive when beating Colonel Mustard, a horse that I put up the other day who didn't quite fulfill for the videos, but never mind. But he put him to bed easily, 8-length winner. Farmer 50, he's a horse that I've always thought a lot of coming novice chasing. I think he could turn into a graded horse in time. Hopefully starting with this one, grade 1 tomorrow. So Farmer 50, point win at 9-4. And the fourth and final selection comes in the grade 1 Hatton's Grace Hurdle. I'm not going to be taking on Impere Pass. 4-6, some might say there's a bit of value in that, to be fair. Coming up into open country for the first time, though, that would be a slight concern. I'm going to play it in the without market, and it's going to be Willie Mullins' other entry, Ash Row Diamond here. Now, Ash Row Diamond actually held some decent form last year in open company. She finished third in the I'm gonna have to have a look. I can't remember the name of the race. I've only just previewed it. Royal Bond behind Irish Point and Marie National. Rock solid form that for me. And she would finish third there, only beaten 4 lengths. She did miss Cheltenham due to a bit of an absence, but came back when winning grade 1 at Fairyhouse here on the course and distance in April. Her form at Fairyhouse reads 3-1-1. So it's very, very solid. She's won off the back of the Brett before, so coming here fresh wouldn't be a concern. She's getting a sex allowance from her rivals here, and I think she could run a big race here. Patrick Mullins is riding out his skin at the moment, so 50% strike rate, and Willie Mullins' horses are running just short of 30% as well. I think in the without market, she's definitely worth a play. And a quick look at Sky Bet for the without market. In fact, you can see there she was 5-1, but she's been nibbled in now to 9-2, which is a little bit disappointing. But we'll have a point win on Ash Row Diamond without Impere Pass at 9-2 then. So they're the 4 selections which I've uploaded to the profit and loss spreadsheet in anticipation of racing tomorrow. Hopefully we get some racing, and I've updated the winners and losers from the first video that we put out there. Obviously Shishkin didn't run today with Newcastle being abandoned. Hansard was a very much needed winner to claw back some of the deficit that we had from a pretty poor day yesterday. Cobbler's Dream never run his race, pulled up, or very disappointed with that. Midnight River, he was travelling all over in that front for me. I thought he was going to run a huge race. I wouldn't even say fell, he slipped on landing, it would seem. He lost his feet, but anyway, such is the game. So there we are. So they're the 4 selections for tomorrow at Fairyhouse. Hopefully we get racing ahead. As always, please like and subscribe to like this video, subscribe to the channel. The videos hopefully will get a bit better as I do them more and more. But hopefully there's plenty there to get stuck into, and hopefully we can find a few winners. Cheers.